So after months and months of speculation and fan art, we finally have a first official picture released by the studio of Henry Cavill as Superman. It's everywhere by now, so please take a look at it. And this is what I have to say because I'm looking at it right now. And it's an amazing picture, guys. It really says so much with just a simple picture. I mean, the picture is Superman hunched over. He has a long cape. It's in this wrecked bank vault with everything bent and ruined, and there's sparks and fireworks, and it just looks so different from any other Superman you've ever seen on screen. And by any other Superman, I mean Christopher Reeve, and that includes Brandon Routh. I mean, Brandon Routh pretty much was a Christopher Reeve clone, let's be honest. That's what that movie was. But anyway, this picture just says so much about the character doing so little. And that's what's amazing about Superman. He's just that iconic that he can say so much with just not doing that much at all. Just his presence or him being somewhere speaks volumes. And with this picture, I really love the color tones. The dark red, the dark blue. You can tell that it's kind of an interesting material, kind of like the Spider-Man costume, which I'm not against. I thought the Spider-Man costume was pretty cool for what it was trying to do. It definitely separated it from any other incarnation and really made the character seem a lot more serious and easier to take seriously. With this one, love the cape. I think the cape is a huge piece of the costume, if not the biggest part of the costume. And they're definitely letting this cape flow. They're going to let it fly, I can tell. Looks like Henry Cavill has some veins sticking out on his hands, so right away, the first picture we get is Superman looking very tense. So you know there's going to be action. That's what they're hinting at. You can tell right away. The S on his chest definitely looks different from the traditional Superman S. It looks more like the modern Superman in the comics, when he has a bulked out huge chest, and the Superman chest is shot from an angle and it looks like kind of fat almost, but that's a cool look. It looks good. I mean, they kept the traditional yellow and red and it doesn't look that different, but it looks different enough to show that this is a new version, that this is not based on any canon. This is its own new thing. Not much else to say about this picture other than it definitely confirms what everyone's been saying, that this is not Richard Donner's Superman. This is not Bryan Singer's Superman. This is not a continuation of anything. This is new Superman for a new audience, while staying as true to the character as they can with this interpretation. And yeah, this picture pretty much confirms that. Now, some other news is that Lawrence Fishburne has been cast as Perry White in the last few days, or it's been announced in the last few days. That's what's happened. And interesting things I've heard. I'm surprised there's not some kind of uproar about this, because as ridiculous as it is, whenever a black actor is cast in a role that's traditionally white, that's not black, there's some kind of backlash on that. Not necessarily racist, but it's as simple as you're not used to seeing the character presented that way. When Michael Clark Duncan was cast as the Kingpin in Daredevil, there was some backlash over that because the Kingpin isn't black. He's a big, fat, or brawny, whichever interpretation. He's a big white guy. And Michael Clark Duncan, even though his build is perfect for the character, he's black. So it was a little bit to get used to, but he was a great actor and he fit the role really well. And Lawrence Fishburne can easily be the Perry White that can ground Clark Kent and ground this Superman. And I can't think of a better actor to be this stubborn, hard-headed character than Morpheus. I mean, the guy is already such an accomplished actor, and he can very easily lead a news team, a New York Times-like newspaper. That's very easy to believe. It'll make suspension of belief very easy for me anyway. I hope for others. But no, the race thing doesn't bother me. It's going to be very, very interesting, though, if a white actor is ever cast in a superhero role that's traditionally black. That will be very, very interesting. But that's I'm sure that's a talk for another time. I'd really rather avoid the trolling and the hate mail over that. So let's move on. Russell Crowe, I heard, has officially been cast. I know he's been rumored for a very long time and came close to signing, but I didn't know it was official until I think about a week ago. So what do I think about that? Again, this is not the Richard Donner Jor-El. This is not the godlike, not omnipotent, but the larger-than-life presence Jor-El that people are so used to seeing and identifying with that character that Marlon Brando, I mean, nailed. I mean, it's Marlon Brando. I mean, come on, that's Jor-El. The presence, the icon, the power of it all. That just captured perfectly with that actor, because that actor is Jor-El. I mean, he was like a real-life Jor-El, the way he carried himself and acted around. And, I mean, the scene when he's talking with his peers in Krypton, that might as well have been a real life day as Marlon Brando talking with his actors, because he had that much respect. But, anyway, Russell Crowe cast as Jor-El. They're obviously going for the younger version that not many incarnations have really done yet, but in a way I'm glad that they're doing the younger Jor-El, the kind of, I guess the age more along the lines of what Superman would be, maybe a little older, but yeah, it continues to show that they're going a new route, that this is not the Jor-El that knows everything yet. This is just the Jor-El that happens to be a brilliant scientist, way ahead of his time, but still young enough to, live a little longer. I mean, the Jor-El in Superman the movie looked like he lived a good life already. I mean, he was old, putting it bluntly. This Jor-El is younger, looks more youthful. That's why they got Russell Crowe. But they wanted to get a young actor who, like Marlon Brando, would have a presence, but with this incarnation, a younger presence, like in between that senior and 20-year-old. So they wanted to have, more of like a 40-something Jor-El, something like that. I could be way off, but you know what I'm trying to say. They want a younger version. And if you're going to pick an actor who has respectability, who has a great filmography, and who's guaranteed to be different, Russell Crowe is definitely the right guy for that job. And yeah, going back to Lawrence Fishburne, I really don't have a problem with the black actor playing Perry White, because, like I said, he can carry that role. And he's not the first iconic character in the Superman lore to be cast as black. Lex Luthor was black in Superman the Animated Series, and nobody seems to complain about that. And they'll say, well, it's a cartoon. Well, that cartoon incarnation lasted for years and years, even after the animated series ended. So obviously, even though they changed the ethnicity of the character, they still got it right. So the ethnicity really doesn't matter as long as the core of the character is good and the performance is there. And you're going to get all of that with Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah, people might be complaining about this pick as not being the best first pick to get an idea for this Superman or to see the costume. And I think they're missing the point of this picture. And that this picture, I think, is meant to show the tone of the movie and to give a glimpse of the costume, not just to look at the costume. When the first picture for Superman Returns came out, I think in 2005, it was of Brandon Routh standing very boldly and tall and in his bright blue and red. And I remember like it was yesterday. I think I saw it on a web page, and I read comments right under it that were gay bashing the heck out of the picture. And you know, he wasn't trying to be homosexual or anything, but you can't please people. You just can't please people. There's always going to be people that can't stand something, unfortunately, and that's how it is. I don't think that this picture is a bad first picture. I think that it shows a glimpse of the costume, the new material, the new look. It doesn't show everything. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to make you want to see more. The Brandon Routh picture gave you pretty much everything, and not at the best angle, and looked pretty goofy, honestly. This one, anything but goofy. This one, Superman's gonna punch something. We know that because the room he's in looks wrecked. The picture with Brandon Routh, he was just standing and posing like the iconic Superman that everyone has in their head. When you think that character, he was doing the exact same pose people think of when they think of the guy. So, no, I think this picture is a great first picture. And yes, I would love to see more. I want to see more of the costume, obviously, but I'm happy with what I got. I got a good, clear idea of what the movie's going to be. Not be about. I know nothing about the plot yet, but you know what I mean. I have a good idea of the tone of it and where it's going to go just by this picture. And I think it's great. But what do all of you think? You let me know. And also, one other thing. I have been in contact with a very interesting person who happens to own a production company who is releasing a Superman fan film, but not just any fan film. This isn't a rinky-dink camcorder production. This is a legit fan film. Fan film, I would say, up to the caliber of studios like Bad in the Sun Productions, who made great fan films like Patient J and City of Scars. I've seen the teaser for this Superman fan film. It's called Superman Requiem. And it's a retelling of the Superman legend. The reason why I'm bringing it up is because I've been brought on the project. I'm going to be helping with the post-production of it. And I couldn't be more excited. I think it's going to be great. And I strongly encourage you to visit the link under this video and see the teaser. And when it comes out, I think it's due out in November. When it comes out, please watch it. This movie will be fantastic. I'm sure this fan film will be just great. And I just can't ask for more. So please watch the teaser. I would appreciate your support. Enjoy the movie when it comes out, please. And yeah. And a quick update. I'm not going to be doing as many videos as in the near future because I have been very busy. I do have a life, you know. I have a job, an editing job at that. I have friends who I don't get to see that often at this point in time because I'm so busy. But I do have a job. I have things in the works. I have that Superman film coming out soon that I'm going to be working on very soon. So yeah, things are happening. And I appreciate all the support, people leaving their comments saying, hey, will you talk about this? Will you mention that? And I'll mention it when I can, but I'm not going to mention it, you know, as quickly as you'd like me to, probably. But like I said, it is wonderful to have a fan base, to have supportive people that visit my channel, that watch my videos, that leave great comments. I hope to bring you over to other things I do. And there are some things in the works. I can't say what they are, but there are things in the works that I indeed will want you to carry over into what I will hopefully be jumping into. And again, I can't say what it is, but when it happens, if it happens, I will definitely let you know. And hopefully you'll enjoy the ride with me. So, those are my thoughts and the updates. I hope you all enjoyed it. And I'm Silver Lightsaber. Take care, guys.